People tend to think all I do is loan out books and put books away, but our job here at Deakin is so much more than that.
Managing the physical collection, the physical space, maintaining and monitoring things that go on in there.
We have quite a presence in the faculty areas buildings, so go and visit the academics, researchers, teachers over there, and we have a place to set up and we kind of engage and are a part of the faculty.
I also offer outreach services in which I spend one afternoon a week in the cadet building in the School of Engineering, and this way academics or researchers and HDR students can drop in and see me. Designing, I guess, e-learning modules, kind of embedding digital literacy into the curriculum. So there's many facets, I guess, to the role, and some of them are realised by some people and others they realise after we kind of show them.
One of the things I think that Deakin does particularly well is they've adapted to this digital online learning, and I think that liaison librarians and other librarians feed into that really well, because we're able to provide online modules, videos, and of course there's these Ask a Librarian discussion forums that are really helpful. I encourage academic chairs to create a discussion in Cloud Deakin called Ask a Librarian, and that way if students have questions, Cloud students can see what their peers are asking and even ask questions themselves, and this is an opportunity for me also to put up items of interest or tips and tricks or upcoming library workshops and seminars. But probably the best way I think we do it is one-on-one Skype sessions, and we can Skype anyone from a PhD student in India to an undergrad on the other side of the bay, Port Phillip Bay, to an honours student that just has been at home, can't get out because they have a child.
It was quite exciting in T1 where we knew we had someone in Paris and someone in Puerto Rico, and you know, just knowing that you're reaching these people that we wouldn't have before.
Well, a lot of what we do actually is assisting Cloud students as well as on campus. So I think we're contacted by students as much via email or even phone, you know, via Skype for Business, as much as we see people face to face, probably more.
Get to attend those sessions through the Skype, and it's a great way because it's interactive. They can chat to us while we're conducting the session. So we teach them all about our library services, and that gives them the chance, gives everyone the same chance, no matter where they are at Deakin, to have the same knowledge as an on-campus student would have.
I think that's probably the best way that we do it.
Live chat, it gives us the opportunity to have more in-depth questions and searching questions that we don't get at the desk, because students I get the impression they don't tend to come to the desk and leave their computer to ask those sort of questions. So when they're on the computer, they do.
Chat, I just think, has made it so easy and user-friendly for our clients to ask questions. I believe that so many people using the service are people that wouldn't have asked us questions at all. And wouldn't have been game to make that approach, because I find a lot of times at the desk too they'll say, I'm sorry to ask this, or you know, this is probably a silly question, or they seem much freer, and I guess that there's that little bit of, you know, you can't see me, so there's that little bit of confidence, plus just the amount of hours that our chat service is available. I think it's about 16 hours a day, so that opens it up to so many people. And again, the world, because it's always amusing when you can see they're in a foreign country, you know, and it's 8 o'clock at night and, you know, they're contacting us.
We do a lot of behind the scenes work actually even before the trimester of teaching started to help academics get their unit sites ready. So that's actually supporting the Clouds students through all of their e-readings and making sure all of the texts are available for them before the teaching starts. I do spend a lot of time with academics one-on-one, helping them around their publications and sort of helping to explain the role of elements, find a researcher, DRO,
and explaining those workflow processes to them. Also, I encourage academics to set up an ORCID ID for themselves if they haven't already done so.
We're also often we're on discussion threads for particular units, and so throughout the trimester we're sort of posting on those discussion threads and answering students' questions as the trimester comes through. And then on top of that, we also create a lot of content that supports students in the clouds.
Creating e-learning modules on digital literacy. Once again, they're always via electronic means. So if you're a cloud-based student, you're getting the same kind of access to these sort of resources.
So it might be a help guide or a presentation that can be put on a unit site for those cloud students, so that it obviously if they can't come to the library for a library class, we could do that class either via Blackboard Collaborate, which we do sometimes, or also create an online video.
I spend a lot of time with HDRs, sort of talking to them about thesis by publication, PhD extra, and so on.
We do some sort of teaching as well for different students that come in about how to use our resources.
I was trying to tell them about how to construct a bit more of an advanced search. You're thinking of different terms to use, instead of just saying how to commit a crime, like look up lockpicking or stealing or things like that. And we constructed the search, and then we ended up finding how to book about writing for crime, and the client was really happy with that, and so it was kind of an interesting little session, that one.
Why are there books in the library? There is so much information in the world, but it's not all being digitised. It will never all be digitised, and there's some really valuable resources that university libraries have in their collections that will never get put on the web, but that are really, really valuable to people who are researching or needing to answer an inquiry.
Another part of my role is to attend the School of Engineering's Teaching and Learning Committee meetings, and also I'm invited to attend intensive week feedback sessions, and this is where cloud students are given the opportunity to give feedback about their courses, and it's an opportunity for them to meet me, their librarian, as well. I also attend information sessions that the School of Engineering organise, and these could be to do with a day in the life of an engineer series.
When answering a question with a client at the desk or on live chat, doesn't matter where, it's not just about delivering a single answer, it's about building their capacity to find information themselves.